was real young. Her best friend is a skinhead chick. She knows an Asian boy named Yick. Caitlin, she is very chic, but I am still in love with a girl named Spike. A girl named Spike. And I am still in love with a girl named Spike. I am still in love with a girl named Spike. A girl named Spike.
You're listening to I'm in Love with a Girl Named Spike, a Degrassi podcast. I'm your host, Mike Park, along with my co-host, Hannah Eagle.
What's up?
And Rick Johnson.
How white is that monster you're drinking?
That's the white.
So white. What
Sponsor
flavor
me.
is
Sponsor
it?
me, Monster. It's just zero ultra. Flavor.
I love that you're drinking Monster.
That's healthy.
This is the best one. And the pink one is good too.
Do you
They're not
drink
flavored,
Bang
though,
as
they're just-
well?
No, actually, that's funny you mentioned that because the other bartender at my job, when he came in for night shift, he was like, "Oh, I brought you a Bang energy drink." It was after brunch, and I'd never had one, and I had already had a Red Bull, but I was like, sure, because I just thought it was like a Red Bull, so I was like, yeah, that's fine. But I learned the hard way that there's
It's
a lot of
little more
caffeine in there.
A little more extreme, huh?
My heart was like, it was like, poof, poof, poof.
Whoa.
I recorded a band once where the singer was just pounding Bang's back. I was just like, what are
Oh
you
my
doing?
God.
He would like finish one and then open another. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be a scenario where kids are having heart attacks, like in the future because of these energy drinks.
I thought I needed
Legalized drug, legalized speed.
Yeah.
it. That's
It is.
cocaine.
Yeah.
It's crack cocaine.
So this is the last episode of season 5.
Yeah,
We start
agreed.
season 6 next week. Part 2, high fidelity. Hannah, how does it start?
It starts with, what does it start with? I think it's
Marco and Spinner.
Marco
it's
and
another
Spinner.
it's
Yeah,
another Degrassi play. How
because
many
we've come
plays
out of
have they had this year?
a lot,
Yeah.
and this play, I think is safe to say it sucks. It's not about anything.
What's the history of Degrassi?
Is it though? Is it?
I don't know. I
Because
don't know.
Darcy's just doing a dance to in the '60s costume at the beginning.
I just like that Degrassi was around in the 60s.
Me too. And I was
Just
thinking
think
in
of
my head,
all the chaos.
I was like, God, I would love if they did like a Degrassi set in the '60s. HBO, do it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think through the timeline of Spike's mom would probably be
70s
70s, yeah.
'70s be
Well,
fun too.
or
Yeah,
early
70s
80s.
would be
Yeah,
fun.
70s. Yeah.
Different types of drama, but same school.
Same
Wow,
school.
Hypothetically, she was a teen mom, so
Oh, that's
same kind
true.
of drama.
Gosh. Like mother, like daughter, like mother.
Spike's
What,
mom was a teen mom too.
She had to have been.
What?
Was that ever
She-
was that ever said?
What do you mean she
Yeah, I
had
think
to have been?
I'm pretty sure when Spike gets pregnant, they have a conversation about it. Not trying to
Right.
be like
No, I know what you mean.
yeah. When they're in the car about to go in to get tested, see if they're really preggers.
And Emma, well, that's, I don't want to get ahead of
That's
ourselves.
fine. Emma has a pregnancy scare.
Not scared. She gets pregnant, but it's like she's in college, but still pretty young. It's a family tradition.
These kids never learn.
Mm-mm.
It's a fun tradition. The
Yeah.
tradition lives on. To finish that opening scene, it's just Darcy coming back asking Spinner
Yeah,
to take her back.
and Spinner tells Marco about Paige too.
In that
No,
opening
not yet.
scene?
Well,
Not yet,
Marco
Rick says.
Marco figures it out.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Spinner's being so weird. He's being so
Rick,
full of
take
words.
us from after the opening credits then.
Hazel and Paige are talking, and Paige makes a really good joke about fondue.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it again?
Hannah, you can take it.
Yeah, it's Alex is not so fondue of me anymore.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Paige, like anytime she can, even like that's a sad thing to say, but she still adds a little spice to everything that she says, even when it's like a bummer.
Poor Toby gets just the scrap rolls.
When that happened, I was like, wow, Toby sucks.
Well, yeah, Toby sucks, but in real life,
He's the best.
well,
Yeah.
he's the best. But like, if Toby was a real life character, he would be doing exactly that and just being like, let me
Hey,
at,
ladies.
hey ladies, let me at that behind. I hear you've broken up with your girlfriend, Alex.
Why is he hitting on her? Because she's bi? As like
No,
he
he's
got
just
all
hitting,
excited about it.
he's just hitting on anybody. That's
No,
Anything
he
with the balls.
overhears her saying,
well, he did overhear that, but I think regardless if Alex was a man or a woman, he would have had the
Yeah.
same reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that Paige is like, this does not leave this table.
This stays at the yearbook table.
It's a tiny ass yearbook.
Yeah. Well, it's a
Yes,
tiny ass
geez.
class. Did you see their grouping at the graduation? I watched it with Britt.
Yeah.
I was like, there's only 20, there's extras on that stage, and it's still only 20 people. That's crazy.
Not a lot.
No.
That's why everyone excels at this school. That's why Ashley Kerwin wants to return, as she shows up in an outfit only described as what, Hannah?
Kind of like a hip hop jazzy
No,
tan jaunty cap.
no.
Yeah, I see that.
Jackson 5 chic.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly right. But I'm right too. I think we're both right.
I think you're both right. Jimmy is happy to see her, and so is Mr. Simpson.
You know what's crazy? I was happy to see her.
Of course. Of course. I was so happy.
What
So
a
I have
feeling I
s-
had.
I have some questions about things. So
Yeah.
she wants to come back to Degrassi next year, correct?
She
Right.
misses it.
Yeah.
She misses it. Okay. At the end of the episode, all of her classmates are graduating. Yes.
I
Yes.
guess. Except for
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Well, Jimmy
Got
didn't
held back.
got held back because he got shot.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashley seemingly would have graduated this year from her London school,
Right.
What was she
So
doing
why-
in London again?
going to
That's-
school.
I thought she went to a music school.
I feel like it was
maybe.
some kind of arts, music arts type of.
Yeah.
But seemingly, she would not be allowed to come back to Degrassi next year, correct?
Why?
Because
don't
she's
know.
already graduated. She
a
graduated
special
in
school.
London. Yeah, I
Special
guess.
rules.
She doesn't want to tell people she did poorly, that she didn't get enough credits to graduate. That's why she's coming back to Degrassi. So she's just
Is
lying
she-
to everybody.
Does she come back next year, Hannah?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I know. That's why this episode's so good. It's like no rules anymore. Nothing matters. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, okay. Unless she was a year below Jimmy and Paige and all them.
No, she was in their grade.
Oh,
You know what would have been even better too is if Terry was at graduation.
She's modeling her ass off at this point, just getting the big bucks, probably.
Just full brain injury.
Well, I'm talking about real life actress. She was probably
Oh, well,
she
yeah.
probably left because she was making big money in the fashion world, is my guess. I don't know. All I know is Darcy still likes Spinner. And she comes to get a coffee at the Dot. And does she give him a ring there, or was that earlier? She gave it to him in the gym, right?
I can't
She
remember.
gives it to him there, I think. At the coffee shop, I think. Because he takes her back and she said, I brought this just in case.
I'm gonna jump ahead. When she's dressed as a 60s like mod girl,
Mhm.
usually I just love that fashion. But I think makeup, the whatever wardrobe didn't do a good job. She looks all weird.
Was it the hair or was it the makeup?
The hair.
Yeah, the hair.
All of it.
The hair was a little too big.
It's a good look for her,
It
though.
should have been bigger though. It should have been a full beehive. It was just kind of like an in between. I don't even know why I'm talking about
What
that.
does that have to do with the history of Degrassi?
Because they started in the 60s. She's doing the
go-go dancers.
the
But I
beginning
thought it
scene.
started in the 1800s.
Like they
'Cause
jumped
that's-
around a little bit.
Because last episode, Liberty goes, you're going from the 60s to the 80s to the 1800s. Or maybe the 1920s. Same thing in my mind.
Well, she was cast for the 60s part.
But I understand that. But why? No, I get that. Why is it in the 60s? And what is it
I
about?
think the more troubling thing is why does Ashley Kerwin get to come back next year?
Well, yeah, you really don't want her to come back.
She graduated. There's no
I
way.
think did she graduate? I thought she just did I thought she was
Sabbatical?
doing an internship or something.
Her parents were just like, yeah, you can take the year off of school. You'll make it up next year.
Kind of like a gap year, except for your senior year. That's what I thought
Right.
she was doing.
And then Craig has graduated early. Yes.
Who knows?
Did he? I thought he just left.
Yeah, I thought he just
I think he graduated early because this is where it's like, okay, Craig graduated early and he was able to get into university. I don't know. They really
But
gave
Jimmy
up.
can't graduate. That's like
No,
where
'cause
I
he
also
mi-
understand.
He missed too much school because he got shot. And Miss Akalakis was just like, I understand you were shocked, but no.
Yeah.
She doesn't have enough credits, but that causes Jimmy to get quite upset, and he has a little scuffle with Spinner.
Yeah.
Not really a fair fight.
No.
No, but also it's funny when Spinner goes, "What's your damage?" And it's like, "Oh, you got him shot."
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
That
Did you
cutout
forget?
that Toby is carrying around in the next scene is very good. I thought it
It's
was
very
really
funny.
What is the cutout?
It's
I
just a
can't-
man.
I've watched this episode like 5 times now because I just keep starting the episode that we have to watch and then going all the way to season 6. And I can't not look at that cutout every time I think about it. I look at it. What does that have to do with the play?
Exactly.
It's not adding up.
Do you
It's
like
not.
Manny's Ashley's response about Craig dating Manny?
Yeah.
What did she say?
Makes me vaguely itchy.
Vaguely, yeah.
Did you say vaguely?
Vaguely itchy, yes.
Isn't it vaguely?
It's the same number.
Vaguely.
It's a Grand Rapids
Yeah.
this little twinge.
Vaguely.
Spice.
Vaguely.
Makes me vaguely itchy. Is that better?
I don't like it, but I'm going to move ahead because we've got some serious scene of couple of the year from the previous year, or maybe it was 2 years prior.
Yeah.
Paige and Spinner, and from that little trip down memory lane, it causes them to make love.
Oh, Bone Zone. Go to the Bone Zone.
I knew you were
Yeah.
going to say that. That's
Yeah, so did I.
so gross.
It's also funny to me because it's news to Spinner that they were couple of the year. And then also when it cuts to the yearbook, it's just all pictures of downtown Sasquatch.
The
Graduation
varying degrees
weekend,
of those kids.
50 years of ass.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
good. Very good.
They should have left it.
Can you leave? I'm surprised you could just have that on Canadian television. Well, I guess you could say the F word. So why can't you have ass written?
Yeah. and I
Rick's
think they
phone
say-
is buzzing.
They say bitch too, I think. Did I make that up?
I'm sure they did. My gosh. There are no rules in Canada.
They
can
definitely
do
say
anything you want.
Slut. I don't remember.
God, there's just one extra in this episode. Like she's blonde, looks like a very you know what I'm talking about? Like
Is it in the
very
media immersion class?
yeah, super tan, like scary.
30 years
looking.
old.
Yeah.
She won a
That's what I went.
contest.
There's a full 40-year-old in this class.
He's got a Havana t-shirt on. It's like definitely fake tan.
Yeah.
Either a spray tan. I mean, I guess it could be real, but I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
But during that scene, that's when Spinner texts Marco and says, "We went all the way." That's if you're looking for Havana girl. wearing a green shirt. That's the scene.
Yeah, if you want to
What
see
type of phone does Marco have, and how does he afford that fancy ass phone?
exactly. And Spinner's also on Spinner's phone. It says he's emailing him. It says
I'm trying to
email.
think. Like the first phones, like the flip phones, where you were able to text and email, was one quicker than the
BlackBerry?
other. No, just like you know how you have to do one letter at a time. You're like,
Oh,
like
T9.
T9.
is
I
that
used
what
to be
it's
so
called?
good at that. I used to be able to do it without looking at it in class.
That's a skill. Who were you texting?
I feel like everybody was doing that. Like no one, probably my sister. Exactly. Who was I texting? No one.
That makes me sad.
Hey, look, I made it. I'm gonna be just fine.
I know you did. I did. Look at this high production. This play is fancy. This play is fancy. The opening scene of the goat. At least these outfits. These are the outfits I'm trying to get this band called the Abrupters on my label to dress like 60s, but it's
Fun.
been hard.
Like little suits or
I
like
can
that
imagine
go-go
you,
shit.
can imagine you losing this conversation.
Well, they try, but it just doesn't. They just don't look good. Like they send me pictures. I'm like, oh no. They have 2 women, 3 guys. So I feel
That's
like,
fun.
how hard is it, bro? I'm putting lots of money into this band. I paid for a high-end producer, Rick Johnson.
It was me.
I feel like getting good costumes is expensive.
I
Well,
feel
that's
like
yeah.
the problem is that like all the 60s fashion is not easily accessible anymore. So you're paying a top dollar.
Well,
Yeah.
they have replica companies that are just making throwback clothing, but brand new.
I also feel like
So-
60s clothes are hard to pull off. They're like little skinny suits, right? You're talking about that, like the
Yeah.
mod shit?
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, yeah.
We
Yeah. So
talk
if you're like
about-
a bigger guy, I guess it doesn't look as good. But why can't you just be like a bigger guy wearing a mod suit?
you
I
can.
don't know. You can.
You can do anything.
Can we
Somebody must
talk
have
about
an-
how this play is sponsored by Herbal Essences?
That's the other thing I didn't understand. I was like, what are you talking about? Sponsored? What is this play about?
This Manny working it, man.
Is that a joke?
It's got no. Is Herbal Essences an actual brand? Did anyone look?
Yeah,
It's a shampoo.
yeah. Shampoo.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, they definitely sponsored it.
Hypothetic-
Sponsored how?
So sponsored the show, but they threw it into this play as part of the scene. I don't know. Product
Is it-
placement was all
is it
over
a
the original.
joke?
Degrassi. Can't be a joke. It's
I-
not funny.
It's not funny, and so I said
Well,
I was like,
clearly the show got it. The show was like, "Yo, Herbal Essence, give us some money."
I guess so.
And they throw in the
So weird.
storyline. We're gonna make you the sponsor. Placement will be in the play that we're doing, and they'll sign off as
Yeah.
approval. They're like, here's $20,000. Booyah.
I would have loved if they just peppered herbal essences into the rest of the episode.
What were the
like
key
weird-
placement products for the original Degrassi that we kept like
Dips,
dips?
And the peanut
Oh.
butter, was that dips?
Jiffy, Skippy.
Skippy.
Dips. So dips was everywhere in the original Degrassi.
Yeah, Skippy
forgot
was
about
everywhere
Dips.
too.
I
One
forgot
time,
about that.
the woman I was dating before, Jessica, we were living together, and she's like, "I need some shampoo." I was like, "All right, I don't know about shampoo. Like my mom has always bought me shampoo." So I was like, "I'm gonna buy this Herbal Essences shampoo."
She love it.
Very
She got
nice.
so mad at me.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I bought the biggest bottles too. I was like, "Oh, it's a value." She's like, "What are we gonna do with all this shampoo?" I was like, "I don't know. Use it."
Yeah,
Just-
wash our hair.
It's bad.
That's something I would do.
So she broke up with you because of that?
No, she broke up
But
with
that
me
was- that
because
was a
I wasn't
start.
marriage. I wasn't marriage material.
Hell yeah, she ain't wrong there.
I can't marry you. Look at this fucking shampoo you bought.
Yeah.
Ah. Where are we in
But
this
wouldn't it have been
episode?
funny if Paige was like, Spinner, come in. I was just finished washing my hair with Herbal Essences shampoo.
Oh, that would have been genius. Why is Ashley running after Jimmy? What's the reasoning?
They still have feelings together.
Did he ask out Ellie already?
Yeah, he shot a shot and it didn't land.
Yeah, did not land.
So he asked Ellie out and she said no?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Ellie regrets that decision.
Why? Because
Yeah.
Ashley kisses Jimmy?
No, there's a look of regret on her face after she says
I think
no.
she's just sad
Why'd she say no?
because she doesn't like him.
Oh,
I think she said no because he's in a wheelchair.
I think she
Damn,
has a
dude.
crush on Craig. That's my theory. It's not a theory. I know it to be true.
everyone has a crush on Craig. Ashley, Manny, Stacy
Yeah.
Farber.
There's a real weird moment
Emma
at the
at
end.
one
not to
point,
s-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Emma for sure.
There's a real weird moment at the end of the episode, and Aunt Sally too likes Craig, where like Craig comes to graduation and Ellie and Ashley both give him this really weird look. Remember that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm too distracted by this
You'll see it.
background scene of wait, is it? I gotta look at it again. Sorry. It's JT Liberty. Oh, hold on one second. I gotta see this. Okay, in the background, Spinner. Wait, okay, first of all, does Darcy break up with Spinner because she reads his texts?
Yeah. So Spinner finds out right before the play that he is not going to be getting back together with Paige. And that
Yeah.
Paige just used him for his quote unquote body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's a plot line where Spinner is going to break up with Darcy. And he's like, I have a surprise. My surprise is I'm going to break up. And then when he finds out that Paige used him for his body, he's like, well, I'm all in on Darcy now. And he's like,
Yeah.
makes up this lie about like, listen, babe,
Oh,
the man couldn't bring the package. I've been texting
Yeah.
with him all day.
And he's so dumb. He didn't think of what the fake gift would even be. Because she goes, what is it? And he goes, I can't tell you. And it's like, just make something. It's Herbal Essences shampoo. Make something up. It's a value-sized bottle of Herbal Essences shampoo.
So that's it. So she knows they break up. Okay, so
Well, she knows
my
because
thought.
she reads his text
text,
to
right?
find out what the gift is.
But she
Yeah.
finds out the truth about
His
he and
ears.
Paige. So during that breakup scene, if you guys watch behind Spinner, it's this quartet: it's Liberty, JT, Emma, Peter. And
Couldn't
just
take my
the
eyes off them.
Just the looks of them dancing, especially Liberty. It's so funny.
They're having a little too much fun.
I love it.
They're like spinning really fast, and Peter's doing a really weird face. It's really funny.
Graduation class.
Wait. When Peter hands Manny that tape,
Yeah, I thought it was the
Yeah.
boob tape.
yeah,
So yeah,
so did I. She
I was like-
thought it was the boob tape too.
which means not only did he not did we think that, but that means he still has the boob tape.
There's no
I
way
think-
he doesn't have the boob tape. I'm a star.
And you could sell this for $1 million.
Oh, I'm trying to think of like other like school TV shows when they do like a graduation scene. I think feel like Saved by the Bell have done somewhere. It's just,
Yeah.
there's not many kids
Yeah.
graduating.
I think
What
Boy
are we
Meets
looking
World had
at?
a
What
small
would
one,
you
too.
say? 50 people at the most?
Maybe less.
Yeah.
Maybe less. Like 30, I think.
I would
And there's
also like
it's a
to
ton
know
of
what
extras,
what time of day this happens.
right?
Because when it cuts to Spinner and Darcy at the bus to go to Bible camp, it's like early morning. Are you graduating that early in the day?
Yeah, graduation's
gradu-
early.
My graduation was like at 7 p.m.
Yeah, mine was
Really?
at night too. Yeah.
Mine was like school hours. It was like 9 a.m.
But like college
Mine-
graduation was during the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so was Jessica's.
Who's graduating? Hazel, Marco, Paige. Who else?
Alex.
Is
Yeah,
she there?
Alex. She's
Yeah.
graduating.
Ellie.
They hug. It's sweet. And
1,
that's
2, 3,
about
4,
it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm trying to count. It's like about 33 people have graduated.
That's a small class. That's a small class.
So
My
Makes
small.
no sense.
My graduating class had to be held in a literal hockey arena.
It
When
just
you're
doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's only enough people for like 2 classes to be going on at the same time.
Well, as we've learned, there's only 4 teachers at this school.
I don't understand.
Ellis,
I don't understand how the
Armstrong,
school
Quan,
works.
Simpson,
The new one,
Ellis.
Ellis. Oh, you
Ellis.
said that.
and the people who should have graduated who didn't, Jimmy, Spinner, Ashley, correct?
Craig.
Craig.
Jay.
Jay. Where is
Oh,
Jay?
yeah. Where
Is
is
Jay out of school?
Well,
He's expelled,
he got expelled. He didn't come back.
and he
Okay,
didn't want to come back.
if Craig graduated early, he would be in this graduating class.
CC.
Yes.
Like,
We.
or do you think they're like, listen, you can graduate early, but don't show up to graduation? Not allowed.
Maybe.
What a joyous occasion. I just can't believe. I'm trying to think of like the writer's standpoint of like, okay, a lot of these key characters are graduating. We're going to do 9 more seasons.
Yeah. Well, they've already got a new generation coming in. They got
Yeah.
like
Derek?
I never remember. Yeah, I never remember that kid's fucking name. Yeah.
Who else is a key player?
That's new.
Danny
Yeah.
Van
Derek,
Zant.
and then Danny Van
Danny, of
Zant.
course.
Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy. Next season, we'll see. I'm excited for the first episode of season 6. I'm excited for the theme song. I'm excited for the new characters
Yes.
they're going to bring in.
I'll talk about it next. Don't remind me I had something to say about the theme song because I just watched the first episode of season 6, but I gotta save the good commentary for next week.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. It's Spinner. He's motivated to drive out to see Darcy and finish it off for us, Hannah.
Because Jimmy forgave him, which was, and I think that proved to him that like Darcy is the best. I don't know why. She just said she thought it might happen. And then he drives out there to say he wants to take her back, although it also just seems like he doesn't really give a shit because he was like just about to get together, like start dating Paige. He's also at like the after party for the play, and then graduation is like the next day or like the same day. It's very weird.
True.
And so he runs out, he says, please forgive me. And she goes, I don't know if I can forgive you this time, which like she probably shouldn't. And at this point, and he says, if she turns around, everything's gonna be okay. And before she gets on the bus, she turns around and the song playing is like, turn around.
But also Craig is back. Craig comes back.
For like one ep.
A little glance at Ashley. It's all weird. It's
So weird. I'm so happy Ashley's back. I never thought I'd feel that way, but I do.
So weird, but so exciting as they throw their caps as they graduate at freeze frames. And we are excitedly awaiting the new season of Degrassi, the next generation. Until then, have a blessed day. Peace.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.